Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. Once again, this is your host, Iggy, and today I'm bringing you some soldiers that I found in a box of G.I. Joes. I think they may have been figures I was going to sell at the flea market, and or maybe not. It's at this point I don't remember because it's been about 4 years since I was doing that. I have an assortment of figures in 132 scale. I have BMC British. I have armies in plastic World War One Germans. I have Tootsie Toy GIs. I have armies in plastic French. And I have Chinese knockoff, which figures I think are Matchbox. I don't have my Matchbox or Airfix figures available right now to show you, but maybe one of you, if you have your Matchbox and you can compare it to what I've got, you can let me know if my guess was correct or not. At any rate, the first ones that we see here are Tootsie Toy. Now, many years ago, for Christmas, my brother bought me some of these figures. It's funny that I remember this because I was like 6 years old, maybe five or six, and my our parents had gone out to dinner or something, and my brother said, "Do you want Christmas early?" And I said, "Yeah." So we went into the living room, and my brother took a small box from underneath the Christmas tree. He carefully unwrapped it because his object was to, once we were done, to repackage it and put it back under the tree. At any rate, these are the reproductions of figures that he gave me. I remember vividly the helmet net and that you see on the figures here. And there's three figures that, for some reason, after 60 years, I still remember them quite well. One of them being, I have to be careful because if I knock over one, they all go over like dominoes. Not pizza, Domino's pizza, but Domino's, never mind. Uh, I remember this guy. Let me see if I can show you better here. Oh, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Here we are. I vividly remember that. I don't know why it is that I remember these so well. Uh-oh, they're starting to fall now. And then this hand grenade thrower. I remember him. See that little pineapple there. Have you ever had fresh pineapple? Not pineapple from the can, but fresh pineapple. It's really delicious. Let's see. I showed you the hand grenade and the officer. There was one more figure that. Oh, it's over here. I remember this one really well. This guy here. He's also an officer. Isn't it funny? After all these years, I remember those so well. Now, these figures here are reproduction of those. In fact, I don't even know if Tootsie Toys made these originally. I'm not certain. But when I saw them at the drugstore in their little toy aisle, I bought them right away. And that was back in 1993. Now, the reason why you have to be careful is because if you knock one over, let's see if I can do this. And of course, it doesn't do it. I had to set these up like 4 times because they all look. Now it's not doing it. Can you believe it? These rats, they sold me out. Okay, that's the Tootsie Toy. Now these BMC figures are from their D-Day set, and they all have very skinny heads that are very long. I'm not sure what that's about. But there's one pose that I would like you guys to try. Now, if you possibly can, I want you to get on the floor with a broom or something and see how long you can hold your head like this. See how he's got his head? I dare you to try and do that for any length of time. Now, I can't do it because I have a compressed disc in my neck, but it looks very unnatural what he's doing there. Now, the BMC World War II set, the figures, they just were not very satisfactory. When they came out with their Iwo Jima set and they got permission from King and Country to reproduce figures, oh my God, that set is excellent. If you don't have it, you need to get that because it comes complete with the raising of the flag on Mount Suribachi. Was that the name of it? Sounds like a restaurant. Welcome to Suribachi. But it came with proper sized. They weren't the exact size, I don't think, but they were much better than the Marks landing crafts. Even though I'm very affectionate of the old Marks things, the landing craft was a little bigger, so it was like twice the size. But at any rate, that playset came with British, Americans, and Germans, and none of the figures were very exciting. Now, the armies in plastic, they've come a long way. Now, if you guys have seen my videos featuring the French and Indian War, Indians and Brits and American militia, or the Revolutionary War figure sets, those sets, they're excellent, and I recommend them. The early armies in plastic are pretty primitive. These are the World War I Germans. There's a figure here I want to show you, and I would defy you to find anyone who would stand like this in real life. Wait a minute. Here. I don't know where to put them without messing this up. Okay. Is this better? Yeah. That looks phony. I'm sorry. None of the figures are very exciting. They look a little stiff. They're not animated very well. They are. I mean, I guess you could use them for background. But the thing that I give them credit for is producing World War I soldiers because you just never see those. So the fact that they did this is pretty awesome. Now, I've covered the Tootsie Toy, the BMC, and this is Armies in Plastic World War II Germans. These were done in 1998. You get quite a number of them in a package. Over here is the French. It also suffers the same as the Germans. And to give you an example of that, let's look for the one of these guys wearing an overcoat. Oh, let's see. Do I have one? Yeah, here it is. No. Well, what'd I do with him? Oh, here he is. Nope, that's not him. Why do I do this? I wanted to show you the figure because his overcoat looks really bizarre. The wrinkles they put in it. Oh, there you go. See that? It looks like he's wearing a Scottish kilt. And of course, he's not doing that. But These, I think, were made in, what was it, 1999? So they're slightly better than these over here. So they were slowly getting better, but still they are just a little bit primitive. And here's that pose that I already told you I think is unnatural. I just can't see anyone doing that in real life, but I could be wrong. I've never been shot at. Okay, now the last stop is Chinese knockoffs of, like I said, it's either Matchbox or Airfix. What made me think it was Matchbox was this figure and also this figure. And they are Africa core figures. And what gives that away is this pose here. Anyway, I like this pose. This is pretty good. Very classic. Oh, shit. Did I turn it off? No, it's still taping. Okay. God, I'm shaking like crazy. All right, it says 8 times. No wonder. There, 1 time. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't rehearse, I don't practice, I don't edit, and I just talk off the top of my head because I want you to feel like you came over to my house and we were just talking. And gosh, if one of you came over to my house, you're probably to rob me. Anyway, I'm joking. Don't get mad at me. My mouth filter is not in place right now. I have to be very careful at work. I've said some things that are not too smart. Trust me. Um, so that's all I got for you. These are the figures, like I said, that I found with some Ultimate Soldier things, and I wanted to show them to you because I've been sharing a lot of 1/6 scale things with you, and I thought you guys would like to see some 132. And so we have a variety of figures here. Okay, my next video is probably going to be Ultimate Soldier. Do you guys, are some of you old enough to remember the ring hand figures? I've got a whole bunch of Civil War ring hand figures, but every rifle is missing and the hats. But someone told me that someone made some repo, and if that's the case, I'd like to find out where you get that. I should ask Cowboy Carl or Doug. They might know. Okay, guys, that's all for me. I want to thank you once again for getting Iggy with it. For those of you who've joined the Iggy Army, thank you very much. I appreciate it when you guys subscribe because it lets me know that, I'm not talking to myself. Although I've reached that age where I might, have a conversation or two. I'm not answering yet, but I am talking out loud sometimes. That's why this video is not very hard for me to talk about because of that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. I'll probably see some of you on the dusty trail and meet you back at the ranch. Take care of yourselves. Be happy. Get those soldiers out of your basement or attic and set them up. They don't do you any good in the basement or attic. You need to interact with them, okay? I don't mean to lecture you, but I want you guys to have fun. And it's good therapy if you can do something that you enjoy and it's relaxing. Also, if you have a dog or a cat, make sure you pet them because that makes your blood pressure go down. All right, that's all I've got for you. So I'm going to see you in the next video with some Ultimate Soldier World War II things, okay? All right, guys, good night.